The main reason why we all are here is to experience life. And while it is always nice to own things, it is important to not forget that only through experience we grow. And we can pass our experiences on so that others can learn from them. There is no denying that we need things for many obvious reasons. Some of us may be in the jobs where we are expected to look a certain way to impress people. In other words, to demonstrate success. And that is understandable, let's be realistic, guys. But at the same time, only you can decide how much of your energy you are willing to invest into acquiring material possessions, and where that fine line is. That said, can we be happy with less? The more things we have, the less we actually appreciate them, the less use we get out of them. So why having them in the first place if it doesn't contribute to our long-term happiness? I'm not against buying, don't get me wrong. I love quality things myself, but I don't want to be consumed by them. For instance, I don't see anything wrong in buying things which can assist you in making the best out of your experiences. But as human beings, we often strive for a perfection, and we lose count of possessions we own, telling ourselves that there is never too much of this or that. We are trying to feel complete. And the modern world tells us that to feel complete, you need to buy this item. And it's not enough to only own this one. You also have to keep upgrading it to stay up to date with current trends. After all, it all comes down to the content we consume. We can choose what enters our eye gate. It's not like we are powerless in that. But more often than not, we don't give it much thought. Throughout my journey, I've learned to be content with less. And that was my conscious decision. As at some point in my life, I reached a state where I felt suffocated by the things I owned, and they ended up owning me. They delayed my inner growth as I was so attached to the image of myself I created long ago, and by holding onto those things that contributed to that image, I delayed the beautiful transformation that awaited me. When I finally let go of those things, I discovered the luxury of having space in my life, where I could start exploring what is really important to me and what is the direction I want to be taking in life. What I like about going on trips, guys, is to see how little I actually need. It always surprises me in a good way. And my usual routine after my trip is ended and I am back home is to declutter. I assign it a day or two and go through all the stuff I own in each and every category and see what I can get rid of, donate or sell. It just feels so liberating. A lot of times we think we don't have money to spend on experiences. In fact, we just don't keep track of the things we are buying. I'm telling you, if you simply calculate how much you've spent on material stuff, you will quickly realize you could have easily had this money available for you to invest in the experience you've always wanted to have. Doesn't matter big or small. You know, nowadays people feel ashamed to show up in the same outfit several times, because it doesn't go hand in hand with what major part of our society defines as success. We are expected to spend a big chunk of our earnings on accumulating possessions and serving looks. This takes us to the next point I wanted to discuss with you, which is living according to standards created by others. Every person you happen to have any sort of relationships with in life probably has an opinion or an image of you in their minds, and they expect you to live up to it. By trying to live up to the image of how any particular person sees you, you set yourself up for disappointment. You will not be living authentically to you, therefore you may end up feeling unfulfilled. What helps here is asking the following questions. What is my life like? What does my daily routine look like? Do I need all these clothes I'm buying? Who am I trying to impress? Am I seeking someone's approval of me? Am I trying to be accepted by people? Am I still living an illusion that everyone has to like me? Do I believe that without my material possessions I am not enough? Do I believe that by not being accepted by the majority of people I might end up alone? And the fear of loneliness may be the real underlying cause of all unnecessary purchases. And you can keep asking yourself all the related questions that pop up in your mind while doing this self-examination. Interestingly enough, you may discover that all the things you thought you needed, you don't really need at all. It's like the same story with drinking alcohol. Are we choosing to drink because everyone else is drinking? Are we afraid of being an outcast in our social group? Is it the loneliness we're most afraid of? When I did this simple exercise, I realized that the only person I have to impress is myself. Therefore, am I impressed with the decisions I'm making? Am I proud of myself? Do I want to keep going like that, and where will it take me eventually? You know, by asking all those questions when it comes to each and every area of your life, you will be amazed at how it can actually transform you, how it can help you to set the right priorities for yourself, and how you can start living a life that is true to you. But you see, it takes courage to start changing your life and start making new choices. It is always easier to remain in your comfort zone. And anything outside the comfort zone creates uncertainty. And uncertainty makes us feel anxious. The good thing, though, the decision is always yours. And no matter what age you are, you still can choose to walk a different path and create a different life for yourself. Alright guys, I will end this video here. Share your thoughts on this topic in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon.